Well, we're just a couple of minutes away from opening bell. Let me take you through a few other stocks and news that we'll be tracking. Shriram Finance has been looking to invest 300 crores via rights issue in its subsidiary Shriram Overseas to strengthen capital base. So keep an eye out on Jindal Steel today. Keep an eye out on Shriram Finance. We've got Chambal Fertilizer in the news as well on the back of the tax hit. So a few of these names perhaps that might react. PG Electroplast subsidiary has acquired a 50-acre site in Sri City, Andhra Pradesh. That's 1,000 crores. So also keep an eye on that one. Godrej Agrovet has signed an MOU with the Ministry of Food Processing Industries as well. That's a proposed investment of 960 crore rupees. So lots of stocks in news this morning. We've also got key events that we'll be watching out for this week. Remember, the RBI policy is on the 1st of October, and that, of course, will continue to trigger a lot of interest around its rate outlook and also on the liquidity front. And the US-India trade deal development will also be tracked closely. We've been on that constantly, in fact. 2nd October will be a market holiday for Dussehra and Gandhi Jayanti, so it's a truncated week. Just hitting the opening bell now this morning. Let's take a look. Are we in the green as we kick off trading this Monday? Yes, as anticipated, 24,705 on the Nifty as we speak. Nifty Bank also has opened in the green. Let's quickly pull up some of those gainers and losers for you. See how we're standing today as we begin fresh trading for a week. Auto continuing to look positive as we count down to sales data, which is likely to be great for the festive season. Lots of gainers across the board. BEL back in action. Zomato continues to trend strong. We've got Tata Motors up over 1% right now. So some of the gainers there on the Nifty for you. Pull up a few more. Cipla, M&M, Geofin also making up that list of gainers right now. In fact, a lot of green on the screen. Shriram Finance, we were just talking about that on the back of news. Apollo Hospitals also has been on the news lately. Some of the consumer majors slightly slower this morning. HDFC Bank 0.5% down, even though has said the impact of the Dubai branch news is really likely to be minimal. So some of those stocks there. Looks, Shell, from first glance, that advanced decline ratio is skewed towards the positive.
Yes, Abha, absolutely well said. It's a fairly decent start as far as markets are concerned after 5 successive days of very heavy selling. So 1633 shares in the green versus 650 in the red. Yeah. We track 19 indices, 18 are in the green, led by the Nifty Energy Index, and I'm very curious to see what Reliance is doing. Remember, this was the first stock that we marked as far as the heavyweights are concerned. What you see as far as prices are concerned is Reliance also in the green, and of course, as you rightly mentioned, BEL is the top gainer in the Nifty. This is an order win for about 30,000 crore rupees, which came over the weekend. So 403 as far as BEL is concerned. Broader markets are looking good. All-time highs, nothing much to talk about, but strong traction coming in the early part of the market. Abha.
All right, looking good. Dhananjay, we are watching out for, the RBI's rate outlook. We're watching out for key macro data, industrial production, as well as the HSBC PMI manufacturing data as well to guide market sentiment. You did already give me some of the macro factors you're looking forward to. But from a liquidity standpoint, how do you really see things shaping up as we move ahead this week?
So I think liquidity scenario is very critical from a broader markets perspective, because if you look at the ratio of LAF balance to bank deposit, there does seem to be a sort of a correlation with the broader market valuation. If you look at small cap to large cap of Nifty relative valuation. So whenever there is a surplus liquidity, the valuations for the broader markets rise. So in the current context, what we find is that RBI had actually front-loaded liquidity. They had announced CRR cut, which is about to be implemented. I would say that while that is happening, the currency depreciation, the rupee intervention is neutralizing that liquidity. Also, we are seeing that the CD ratio, credit deposit ratio of banks have actually started to rise as banks and RBI encourage leverage consumption. So I think it's quite likely that the liquidity will dry out in the second half, and it's already showing up. And as a result of that, the yields have actually gone up despite the rate cuts and CRR cuts. So I think I would say we'll need to see more actions from RBI for liquidity infusion. And at this juncture, it does look like with the RBI trying to contain the rupee depreciation around 89 levels, I think there can be a drain on liquidity. So I think the liquidity scenario looks to be getting a little tighter as we go forward.
All right, so that's sounding like a bit of a squeeze. In light of that, Dhananjay, would you still be looking at certain picks from the financial basket? Would you be looking instead at perhaps some of the mid-tier financiers from a retail consumption POV? Where are you looking, or are you actually holding fort and being a little cautious?
So I think, see, of course, there is a likelihood of more leverage spending that will happen from lenders. So
Yeah,
I would say that it's better to really look at sectors that will benefit from leverage spending. So I think the most proximate sector that comes to my mind is auto. It has been doing fairly well. So
sure.
the entry level cars such as Maruti. If you look at two wheelers, the entire pack will continue to show better volume growth going forward. I would say even tractors, I would say those are the sectors who benefit from leverage spending. Of course, select financiers such as Bajaj Finance and other retail lenders can actually gain traction as far as overall leveraging is concerned. I would say even HDFC, ICICI Bank, and we have come up with a thematic note which talks about PSU banks selectively can actually do well in the current context. So I would say my pecking order will be more in favor of consumption themes, leverage consumption theme, rather than on financials. But yeah, we can look at selectively in the financial space as well.
All right.